Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when I feel like 8 o'clock. I'm Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom, coming to you from my bathroom because I had a little bit diction problem about my whole life, and everything hit the fan. I lost a lot of shit, and I had to live with a whole bunch of people. It's a little it's very crowded in the place I live, and at all hours of the day, pretty much. So the only place I can really find some privacy is in the washroom. So that's what I use sometimes. I did meet a girl named Helen in the hallway, and she lets me use her place sometimes. However, it's early Sunday morning. It's a little too early for me to be waking her up right now. I knocked on the door, and she didn't wake up. Here's the one good thing. She has those hearing aids or whatever, right? So, nothing can wake her up. Wouldn't that kind of be cool, though, to be able to do that? To just turn on and off your hearing whenever you want? Just go to sleep and it's like, no, nothing can wake me up. Sorry, too bad. That would be, actually, I think that would be awesome. And this is awesome. By the way, I am going to do some picks. And if you go into yesterday's picks, you'll see something pretty fancy. Pretty fancy. There's also NFL picks as well for this Sunday in my previous picks. It's a lot easier to find them if you subscribe. And my wife, though, has spruced up the place a little bit. You see the plants back there? Isn't that beautiful? She's such a lovely woman. I love it. Okay. So yesterday, we went 95%. Which I don't know what our average is. If you guys can figure out the math there for me, maybe I'll ask Professor MJ, I think is that his name, to start setting up something for me so we can see our percentages. But I believe we're running around 80 at least, somewhere around there. Not bad for doing every single game, I would say. And I say we because we have a community out here who has subscribed, hit the bell, and are commenting down in the bottom that bring killer energies, Joe Johnson, who said yesterday that E-Money is the one who does the NFL picks, and he's fantastic. However, he has his ways, and he's only offering up certain amounts of information. He said E-Money should do his picks with point spreads. For some reason, E-Money's not willing to give up that information. He's only given up the wins and losses, and I'm just happy that he's providing because he's fantastic at what he does. So that's your answer, Mr. Joe Johnson. Doug Masta ripped it up yesterday, absolutely ripped it up, and there were several other guys that did as well. We are creating an amazing energy there in the comment section together, and we're I use other Ricketts picks as well. I celebrate all the guys who use algorithms and numbers and all that kind of stuff. Me personally, I generally go on just the energies of the teams that I watch, my knowledge of hockey that I've studied my whole life. So I just go from that perspective. I find when I start getting into the mathematics, it starts making my head have to be the ruler, and that's never good. No. That's not good. I find my gut, whatever it is down here that creates all that stuff, is way smarter than my head, which isn't difficult to do, really. So yesterday, the only one we had wrong was the Toronto-St. Louis game. And I can't remember his name. It's one and only or something like that down in the comment section talked about how, again, in his gut, he thought Toronto was going to win that. I had that gut feeling too, but until I saw the flow, I couldn't. And how do you predict that Bennington's going to have such a rough night and their defense is going to be jittery? There's only one thing I did think about. Toronto's got a huge advantage a lot of people don't understand. They're always on Saturday night hockey here in Canada. It's a major, so a lot of these teams don't get that opportunity. It's a big event, and I think a lot of teams are a little jittery, which gives Toronto a big advantage in a lot of cases. With all of that, I don't have my namaste cup. I forgot to bring it, but namaste. Let's get to our picks. Jets versus Ducks. straight up, they both have had rest. The Ducks are very injured though. The Jets have been injured on their defense all year. Hasn't seemed to bother them a bit. Tucker Poolman is like playing top four. Yes, Tucker Poolman. I know you don't know who he is. And the only reason why I know who he is because I play a divorce-worthy amount. I watch a divorce-worthy amount of hockey. That's the reason why I know he is. I know pretty much what every player on every team is. It's a good thing I do these videos because otherwise it would be completely useless information. And going by how many subscribers and the fact that I'm not making any money doing these videos, it's borderline that anyways. Except that I'm having so much fun. Anyways, I'm taking the Jets 3-1. Hellebuyck is just too insane. This is maybe the two best goaltenders in the league. But Gibson has looked frustrated with the team in front of him lately. Hellebuyck has not. So that's what, definitely under. I was saying yesterday, what was it, the Islanders-Dallas game? Just throw max units under, take whatever money you're going to get, even if it's only 10%. Same thing here. Max units under, I would say. Sharks versus Panthers. Sharks are playing 3 games in 4 nights. And Panthers are playing Driedger, I think is his name. Driedger is a goaltender. He's their 3rd string goaltender. 25-year-old kid, had a good outing the first time, not so good the second, not sure what we're going to get from him now. But because the Sharks are playing 3 and 4 and they've got a very veteran team, probably playing Dell, I would definitely go to the over here. I'm saying Panthers 4-3. As far as percentage is concerned, I'm giving the Panthers about 61% to win. As far as the Jets are concerned, I'm giving them a higher, like 68% chance to win. Knights versus the Rangers. The Rangers, again, are playing their 3rd game in 4 nights. Hasn't been all over the map type travel, but it's still a lot of games. And the Knights there's several things going on with the Knights here. First of all, it seems like Fleury's back. If Fleury's back, I'm putting 70% on the Knights to win this game. They're going to be playing huge after his father died and all of that, and he's coming back. So much positive emotion there. I can't see them not winning. The other aspect is they're just going to be playing for Fleury. They've also been trying to find their legs, and it seems like they're heading that direction now. They've got some injuries back. Everything seems to be swaying the Knights' way here for this game. I'm saying the Knights in 70%. And 4-2 for the score. I believe Georgiev is going to be in net for the Rangers, and he's been hot, so I can't go on and over here. Coyotes and Blackhawks. Coyotes are playing 3 and 4. Now, this is a tough game. I would probably fade this game simply because the Coyotes will be tired, but they play a strong defensive game for a tired team. Not to mention, they have Darcy Kemper, and Darcy Kemper is freaking insane this year. I've been bantering in my head who is the who gets the Vezina this year. I'm leaning towards Kemper. His numbers are just stupid. Now, Coyotes have a great defensive team, but he's just too good. I don't know. It's him and Hellebuyck. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. But I think the Blackhawks so far are putting Crawford in net. If Lehner's in net, you can again throw Max on the under here. Max. But I'm taking the Coyotes 2-1, and it's only like 56%, something like that. I'm not sure I would go on the win here, or go on the line. You might want to take Blackhawks and give them 1.5. That would be a good bet, I would say. Sabres versus the Oilers. Here's the big one here is Smith. Again, they're saying Smith in net. I can't see it. It's got to be Koskinen. Smith is not going to be going. I think he's hurt, actually. They're not saying that he is, but I think he's got a growing problem. It's never good to have problems with your growing, I find. You know, it's the same as being weak up the middle. I think the same thing happens. But yeah, we don't want to be weak up the middle or having growing problems in hockey and in life. Anyways, The Sabres are playing 3 games in, and they are on a down. They can't seem to get themselves going. They can't seem to get everything going together. I personally think the Sabres' major problem is goaltending. And it doesn't matter who's in net, and it seems like Allmark is going to be in net. He's up and down. If the Oilers are playing Koskinen in here, oh, there's the other thing. Hopkins is supposed to be back. If Hopkins is back, this is 80% Oilers. 80, I don't give 80s too much. This is max Oilers and probably over. You could probably bet Oilers and over, and I'll give you a coin flip on that. So I don't know what your money is on that for a coin flip, but it's probably not too bad. Well, boys and girls, that's my full 42%. I'm going to Chinky's House of Yoga and Pilates today. Chinky's, that's the best there, I said it. Going to get myself, kind of just reward myself for how we are doing with our picks. Go down in the comment section. Let's keep that energy flowing. Stay in the 90s. We're staying in the 90s. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.